Okay, Buck has got to go. Period. And what's going on, you guys, on this Friday afternoon? This be your boy, Scattered by Nature TV, still in Atlanta, and we're here for my review of Growing Up Hip Hop, okay? Me and Jamar was out last night, okay? We went out to Blaze last night and had a wonderful time. Thank you to all the people that made that happen. Thank you guys for that. It was lovely. Had me a good-ass time. The food was absolutely amazing, okay? It was actually, better than what I expected it to be, but it was absolutely great. So shout out to everybody that had anything to do with that. Okay. That's why I'm just now watching Growing Up Hip Hop, because me and Jamar was out last night. Okay. But anyways, before we get into the review, let's talk about what I got going on. Okay, now we got the Boss Babe Awards, of course, as you already know, on April the 30th, 2023, which will be in Atlanta, here in Atlanta, okay? I'm nominated for Boss Babe YouTuber of the Year, as well as Boss Babe Podcast of the Year. The link for the Boss Babe Awards will be in the description box right underneath my social media handles. So make sure you guys are voting. The voting polls closed on March the 1st, so you got about maybe like a week and a half until we're done voting. Okay, so make sure you guys are getting that part under control. Okay, and the next is the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and it will be over on Really B's platform. Just to let you guys know, for the remainder of the season, Really B, Ya, and Sakina will be covering and hosting all the panels in regards to the reunion. And then after this season is over, there will be a part 2 to the best of season 4 of the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And we will be on hiatus until the Real Housewives of Atlanta returns in May. But don't you worry, because me, T, and Josiah will be doing roast and review on SWB and Escape Show starting on March the 7th. It will be every Tuesday instead of every Wednesday. So we'll be going into full promotion for that. For those of you that's been asking about Boys Night Out and when it's coming back, I know you guys love the show, but we're not coming back until August. So we've all decided that this will be pretty much a summertime show where we start in the summertime and end at the end of the year. So we'll be back in August. A lot of us have a lot of things going on for the next few months, so it'll be best that we push it all the way back until August. So with that being said, you guys, that's pretty much all that I got going on. So let's get into the review. So let me get my notes off my phone here and let's get it started. So we're going to start this thing off with JoJo and his mama Valerie, okay? They discussed the issue with Book. Now, as we already know, there is some issues between, Book, Denise, and JoJo. Mainly with JoJo and Book, but JoJo really don't know what the damn issue really is with Book. And to be quite honest, none of us really know what the issue is with JoJo and Book. It just comes across like Book is just jealous because Denise has another man in her life. And Book is just a very disrespectful, egotistical nigga, and I don't like him. Like, he does not know how to have a conversation. He don't know how to talk to nobody. All he knows how to do is raise his voice and yell and be completely belligerent and disrespectful. I think that JoJo's mom was trying to be sensible in the situation, just saying, you're married to Denise, there's an issue there, and y'all really don't know what the issue really is. So let's try to make sure you guys make this situation work out for the best. You know what I mean? Like, and I understood where Valerie was coming from, but when you're dealing with a person that's like Buck, who really ain't got no self-control or no anything, it's hard to try to be mature enough to try to have that conversation with Buck, because Buck is not mature enough to have no conversation with no damn body. He really not, because look at the way that he was talking to Denise. I didn't like the way he was talking to Denise at little JoJo's birthday party. Like, he was all out of line and out of pocket even in that situation. So I didn't like that either. So I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is going to be a conducive conversation. I don't know if it's going to be worth anything to have. I'm really not sure. But hopefully the conversation is all right. But as you know, we already know what the conversation gave, and we ain't made it there yet. But Valerie just trying to speak from a mother, a parent point of view. But nah, baby, Buck, it's not you. And Buck is not Reverend Run, okay? It ain't worth it. I'm telling you it's not. So we're going to go ahead and get into the next one, which is Sam in Egypt, okay? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because she's put her wigs back on or that she's pregnant and motherhood glow. But Egypt is back to being the beautiful chocolate queen that I know her to fucking be when I first started watching this show, okay? She looks great, okay? She looks great. But the only thing that makes her not looking great is the fact that she's with this cauliflower face ass bitch, Sam. That's what don't make her look good. But that's another story. We're going to continue on. So, where we at with it? Okay, so they go cake tasting for this wedding, a wedding that should not be happening. But it's happening, and there's nothing that we can say or do or say or do about it. It's still going to happen regardless. Yeah. Anyway, so they're cake tasting, and then they start talking about Sam and his dislike for Sean. My thing with Sam is you need to stop acting like you hard. You need to stop acting like you bad. You need to stop acting like you tough, because you ain't neither one. Okay, you not bad. You not tough. You not hard. You ain't none of that. And you just trying to come for Sean because you feel like Sean is the weakest link, and that's the type of person that you can fuck with, and that's the only type of person that you can get that energy to. And my thing about it is, I really feel like Sean will whoop your ass. That's what I feel like. Hell, in the words of Jessica Dime, I can whoop your ass. That's how I feel, y'all. I don't like Sean. And I think we already know that. I don't think I have to say that time and time again. I don't think I have to say that over and over again. I don't fuck with Sean. I don't like Sean. He just need to go somewhere and sit his ass down because it ain't working for me. It's just not working for me. He need to go somewhere because it's just not clicking. It just ain't working for me, period. He need to go somewhere and sit his ass down because I don't like him. Like, I don't have a problem with Sean, but Sean got a problem with me. And my issue with Sean is he don't even know me, but he judging me. Everybody has something to say about you, Sam, and you gave everybody a reason to have something to say about you. All the lies you told, all the shit that you have already pulled. Wasn't you just exposed on Tasha K just last year around this time about messing around with a transgender woman and all this other stuff? And Tasha K had the fucking receipts. Let's not act like we all didn't talk about that. Oh, in that video, I actually did a video covering that story. It's over for 45K. Go and watch that video. But yeah, we already talked about this. So I don't understand what your smoke for Sean really is. I think you want to fuck Sean. I think that's the problem. And you know, Sean is a fine ass white boy. So I don't blame you if you do want to fuck him, because I do too. But that's another story. But I just feel like you just need to go somewhere and sit your ass down because you're not hard and you only fucking with that boy because you feel like he the weakest link and that you can bully him. And trust me, you are no one's bully. No one finds you to be scary. Please sit down. Like, please. Anyway. So we get into Lazy Bone. Now, as you guys already know, on the last episode, we find out that Lazy Bone's mother had passed away while he was filming one of the episodes, right? So then Sequoia comes over and she comes to check up on him because no matter how she feels about Lazy Bone right about now, you know, dating her mama and stuff like that, it's still in all. He's still her mentor, so she decides to come over there to check on him and see how he's doing, you know. And Lazy was like, you know, I never would have thought that I would have lost my mama in the blink of an eye like that. You know, that's nothing that you never really prepare for. And I really miss my mama. She was everything. She was a beautiful woman, but she was also a gangster. My mama didn't play no games, and I love her so much. And with her passing away, it just makes me want to grab hold to the people that I care about even more than I normally do, because that time is short and time is of the essence, and we never know when somebody is going to go. And I'm telling you, I'm a living testament of that. For those of you that's been watching me for quite some time, y'all know that I've lost so many family and friends over the last couple of years. It's like every single year I'm losing somebody. And that's a horrible way to feel, but I'm always losing somebody. I literally just lost Janita. And then, you know, it's still like a work in progress for me to really get past that. But it's hard when you lose people that are just like this with you and this close to you and all of that other stuff. It's very hard to do, but it is what it is. But Lazy encourages, about the girl Sakina, encourages Sequoia to make amends with Tiny, because you don't want to end things on a bad note. You know, you always want to end things on a peaceful way. You want to remember them, not, you know, you don't want to lose people and then turn around and be like, well, you know, when they passed away, we wasn't on good terms. We wasn't here. We wasn't there. here. We wasn't there. We wasn't here. So yes, I get exactly what he's saying. And I think that he's absolutely correct in his assessment. Make things right with the people that you love when you can. And I feel like that about a lot of my family members right now on my mom's side. Like, and I'm just going to say it publicly. I don't give a fuck who got a problem with it. My mom and one of her first cousins, who I look at as an auntie, they have not spoken in almost 2 years. And they were just like this. They were very close. And it hurts me that they're not speaking. And it makes it difficult for the kids, meaning myself, my brother. You know, my brother is very close to her sons because they're all around the same age. Like my brother is like 22. The son is like just turned 24 yesterday. And the oldest son is like I think he's like 25. So it hurts that we're not the big family that we used to be. And every Thanksgiving, every Christmas over the last year has not been a happy one because they're not speaking. So I really hate that they're not talking, and I really hope that something does not happen to one of them where they're not speaking. Like it's a very touchy topic. They probably are watching this, and I just want them to make things right. But I can't make grown ass people who are in their 50s make things right with one another. Sequoia felt like, you know, Tiny wasn't there for her, you know, during her situations because, you know, Tiny wasn't speaking to her. You know, Tiny wasn't talking to her. You know, Tiny kind of disappeared on her because she was too busy being wrapped up with Lazy Bone. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why she felt the way that she felt. And, you know, I can't even be mad. I understand where she's coming from with that, you know, because she was looking for her mama and her mama wasn't around. But she did decide that she's going to sit down and she's going to talk to Tiny about it. Because at the end of the day, Sequoia, Tiny is a grown-ass woman. She going to make whatever decision she going to want to make. And if that decision involves riding down on Lazy Bone, that's what she going to do. She going to ride Lazy Bone till she can't ride on no more. And that's just the truth about the situation. And that's the truth that you're just going to have to deal with, honestly. It is what it is. That's just what I think. So now we're getting into Jojo and Denise. Okay. And, you know, Jojo was talking about getting back into music, you know, back in the past, he tried to put out music and it didn't get the response that he wanted. So he stopped doing music. And at this particular point, he has businesses. He makes money. He does not need music to make money for him. So now he can just make music just for the enjoyment of it. Now he can make music because he wants to make it. And that's a good way to put it. Because if you already got businesses, you know what I mean? You already got this, you already got that, you make money elsewhere, and you don't really need music to eat, then that's fine. Because truth be told, ain't nobody gonna buy no damn album from no damn JoJo. We gotta be real. Like, we gotta be real. Ain't nobody gonna buy it. You know, as much as we will want people to probably, you know, support him, we know that ain't nobody gonna buy his music. And I think he knows that too, with the climate that we in. Even though he's on a show like Growing Up Hip Hop, which ain't no big ass show like that, but they not gonna buy his music. So he want to make music because he want to make music, you know what I mean? And then, you feel what I'm saying? He's going to get his money elsewhere, but he just want to do it because he wants to. And then on top of that, you know, it's time for the 50th anniversary, and being that Lazy Bone, you know, asked him to perform for it, you know what I mean? It gives him more reason to want to do the music. Then they start talking about his up and coming meeting with Book and how he's feeling ways about this entire meeting with Book and how he doesn't really want no beef with Book. He just want to try to make things right with Book. I know this camera is shaking. I was trying to push the laptop back so it wouldn't shake so much, child. But yeah, I'm trying not to move too much. But yeah, but that's where he's at with it. You're like, he don't want no beef with Book. He just want to make Denise happy by having that conversation. And Denise wants her husband and her father to get along. And that's what a woman would want. She wants her dad, she wants her man to get along. And that's just what it is. That's what I think. So we're gonna get into Tretch and Egypt, okay? Now they're at the wedding venue, and when Egypt comes to the wedding wedding venue, she sees that this is exactly what she wanted. This is what she liked. This is what she envisioned. She's happy about it. She wants Tyran to walk her down the aisle. Tretch was like, well, you know, Tyran wasn't at the last wedding that you guys had. You feel what I mean? She said, I know, but this time we're inviting everybody. I've invited TT and Sean. I've invited this person. I've invited that person. I've invited everybody. We're going to have like about 100 people at this wedding. We've invited everybody. So we want everybody to do to be there or whatnot. But my thing with Tretch is this. You sit up here hyping your daughter up about this fucking wedding, and you don't even have any great conceived notions about this wedding. You don't even like what Sam is putting down right now, but you sitting up here talking about, oh, no, like you sitting up in her face, like egging her on, like pumping her up, like you really support this shit, and you know that you really don't. So I think that you really need to keep it a book and keep it real about this situation, because I really feel like you ain't keeping it real in this situation at all, because you know goddamn well you don't want Sam to marry your daughter. Any person with any right mind would not want Sam to marry their daughter. I'm just being real. But you know, Tretch had a lot more shit to say when Egypt wasn't around. And I can't wait till we get to that scene, child. I cannot wait till we get to that fucking scene, because Tretch is full of shit. I mean, I just got to keep it a bean and a buck with you. He full of shit. And I've been telling y'all that he full of shit, but y'all don't want to listen to Scotty. Y'all don't want to believe nothing I say. He full of shit. I'm trying to tell y'all now. But anyway, let's get into this next scene. So the next scene is with Tiny and Sequoia. Okay, they finally meet up after their last conversation, which did not go well at all. They meet up. And Sequoia expresses her concern with the fast movement. You know, because Tiny asked her what's really the problem with what she got going on. She said, I just feel like you're moving too fast. I don't think that you're thinking things through. But at the same point in time, I feel as though, you know, if you happy, that's your business. I just don't want to be in the middle. I just know that when you were in this other relationship with my dad, I felt like I was always put in the middle. When you wasn't talking to my dad would call me, asking me where you at, have I talked to you, all of that stuff. And with Lazy being my mentor, I feel like this situation is going to be the same thing, and I don't want that for me. That's just how I feel. I don't want to be placed in the middle of your romantic affairs. Definitely understandable. That's an understandable concern. I understand that. Well, Tiny was like, well, listen, Lazy ain't that type of person. Lazy not finna call you, and he not gonna be asking you where I'm at. If Lazy want to know where I'm at, he just gonna pull up. That's just the truth. He just gonna pull up. He not gonna sit up here and be wondering where the fuck I'm at. He gonna pull up and find me. He know where to find me. He not gonna call you. And then that's when Sequoia was like, okay. You feel what I'm like? Oh, okay, you got it like that. Oh, okay, girl. All right, you know, do your thing. So that's what she's saying with this. So then Tiny said, I felt hurt by you because of the way that you acted. I felt like you were being very disrespectful to me when you were talking to me. And if you got a grievance about this situation, that's fine, but you did not have to be disrespectful to me or say the things that you were saying. And Sequoia was like, if you feel like I hurt your, if I was disrespectful and if I hurt your feelings, then I apologize. Wrong answer. Don't say if. Me hurting your feelings, I apologize. Me making you feel disrespected, I apologize. That's how you do it. You apologize. Don't put no ifs in your apologies, because anytime a person put an if in their apology, I don't want it. Because you really don't think you did nothing wrong. If I'm telling you what the fuck you did, stand by that shit, own that shit, because bitch, you fucking did it, okay? You did it. So just say you did it. Apologize for the way you've made me feel and keep it at that. But she says she doesn't want to fight with her mother. She wants to dead this issue. She wants to move on. And I'm like, girl, I'm so glad that you want to move on, because baby, we all want to move on from this situation. We all are tired of this situation. So let's move the hell on, baby girl. Let's move on. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it pushing. Let's move on, honey, because we do not want to have this conversation ever again in life. Okay, Sequoia, let's move on, honey. Let's move on. Okay, so we move on to Tyran and Tretch. First things first, Tyran is fine as fuck. I don't care what nobody got to say about that. Tyran is fine as fuck. And not only is he fine physically, he's fine mentally and spiritually. He's just a fine ass, just fine, okay? Like, period. He got a good head on his shoulders, and I know he got a good head elsewhere, but yeah. Anyway, so Tretch says that Sam is on timeout with him. You know, he don't like the way that Sam been moving, all this jail shit that's going on with Sam, and he ain't even got nothing going on, and how Sam ain't got no job, and he doing this and doing that, and he's questioning Sam's motives towards Egypt, because at first it's like, okay, Egypt met somebody, she fell in love with him, he cool people, whatever, but then it turned around and felt as though it was like this. Oh, Sam is this, Sam is that. Egypt is hip hop royalty. She's well off. She got 2 superstar parents that are legends in the hip hop game. How do I fit in this? How am I gonna get in between this? What's really gonna happen with this? And you know, Tyran agrees with what Tretch is saying. But my thing with Tretch is this: you supposed to be so hood, you supposed to be a street nigga, you supposed to be this and that. But why the fuck didn't you see this from the very beginning? Y'all got mad at people like TT, y'all got mad at people like Brianna, y'all got mad at all these different people for basically telling y'all, putting it on Front Street, what type of man that Egypt was actually fucking with at that time. Y'all didn't want to hear shit nobody had to say about this man at all. Y'all was sitting up there listening to everything that Egypt was saying, but y'all was making it seem like everybody else was just sitting up here hating and lying on this nigga when nobody was hating and lying on shit. That dude ain't shit. He's a bitch ass nigga. That's what he is. And we've been saying he was taking advantage of Egypt from the very beginning. You see how he's isolated her from everybody? Egypt don't even film with the rest of the people on this show due to the fact that Sam got an issue with every fucking body. Like, her and TT's relationship was just fine before Sam came along. Her relationship with Brianna was just fine before Sam came along. And on top of that, we know that Brianna don't give a fuck about many people. But I really felt like Brianna really gave a fuck about Egypt, and she was looking out for Egypt the same way TT was looking out for Egypt. And at this particular point, Egypt is just a sad case. And the fact that you want to sit up here and be mad with Sam now, when Sam been showing these qualities about him from the very beginning, and you were sitting up there defending him, taking up for him, you know, protecting him from everybody else, and now you want to sit up here and act like you the devoted father and you this and you that. Get the fuck out my face with that bullshit. Honestly, fuck out of here. Okay? Fuck out my face. Don't nobody care about none of what you talking about. And then, you know, Tretch tells Tyran that, you know, they're having another wedding. And then, you know, Tyran was like, I know, but I'm not sure if I'm going to that one either. And so Tretch was like, well, you know that, you know, Egypt wants you to walk her down the aisle right alongside me. And then he was like, well, I get all of that, but I mean, I wasn't at the first wedding, so why do you want me to be at this one? You didn't invite, I wasn't important enough to be at your first wedding, so why am I important enough to be at this one? And to be honest, he got a point. He got a point. He really got a point. You didn't have me at your first one, so why do you want me at this one? Like, you didn't want me at your first one, so what's so important about this one that make you want me to be at that one? Like, I don't get it. And I can't say that I don't understand where he coming from with that, because I totally understand where he coming from with that, period. I really do. I get where he coming from, because it's like, bitch, you didn't have me at your first wedding, so what you want me to be walking you down the aisle with this one? And I already don't even like the fact that you marrying this man anyway. It's like, I don't even feel like you should even be with him anyway. So why am I here again? Why are we having this conversation? Why the fuck do you need me to be around so much at this point? Because you didn't even invite me. You really didn't invite nobody. So my thing is that, you know, my thing is like this. What the fuck? I don't see the need. I don't see the need. I don't see a point. I don't know why. It is what it is. Like, fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do the shit. It's just that simple. I care not. I don't want to. It is what it is. But Sam was like, it's going to hurt your sister if you don't do it. And he said, I understand that, but how do did it hurt him? Did it hurt him when he wasn't invited to the very first wedding? Y'all don't think about that. Y'all love babyfying fucking Egypt. Like, stop. Ugh, they irk me. They irk me. So now we get into the very last scene of the episode, and that is Jojo and Book. Book calls Butter, who is Denise's other brother, as Jojo walks in. Already lets me know that Book was not taking this conversation seriously at all, and he really don't give a fuck about talking to Jojo at all, period. Book claims that there's been some disrespect. Okay. Jojo was like, where's the disrespect? Because I've never disrespected you. he talked about the birthday party, how JoJo didn't speak to him, how JoJo didn't acknowledge him, how JoJo didn't do this, how JoJo didn't do that. He talked about the wedding. He didn't like the way the wedding went. He felt like the wedding was unfair and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, well, are you mad because you didn't walk Denise down the aisle? Denise didn't want that, so I wasn't going to force that. And then he talking about you in control, you in control, you the man of the house, you in control of the family, and whatever you say goes. He feel like JoJo should tell Denise what the fuck to do. In so many words, he feels like JoJo should be so in control that Denise do whatever the fuck he say do and whatever he say do only, and just keep it moving. But I mean, what do you want? Do you want your wife to be with a man that tries to look out for her and her best interest, or do you want a man to be there to just tell your damn daughter what the fuck to do and control her? Because that's what the fuck it sounds like to me. And that shit is sick as hell, and I don't understand what type of man you are. Because don't no real man want their damn daughter to be going through no bullshit like that. I just find it completely odd and weird and odd and weird and odd, and like it's all odd to me. Like, get the fuck on somewhere with the bullshit. Seriously. JoJo starts holding Buck accountable for hurting Denise's feelings, but Buck ain't hearing it. He ain't taking accountability for nothing. He don't give a fuck. And he's saying, you know how I talk, you know how I move, you know how I am, and I'm not changing it. And that's the problem. You're not changing anything. You're not trying to change anything. You want to leave all it is on JoJo's lap, all because of the fact that that's her husband. But at the same point in time, it's like, how you gonna sit up there and try to put it all on him? Denise don't want to fuck with you because of your fucking attitude. That's why she don't want to fuck with you. And JoJo can try to tell her to talk to you all he wants to, but at the end of the day, that's not gonna make her do it. It's your actions. It's the way you behave that makes this woman not want to fuck with you. It's that simple. She don't want to fuck with you because of the way that you handle stuff. And then you don't want to hear it. So now you want to talk about, well, when she needed some money and she needed this and she called it, and now it's a pissing contest about who paid this, who paid what bill, who paid that, who paid this, who did this. And I was there. Like, that's what a lot of you deadbeat ass fathers do. Y'all love to go into the financial argument because you did something financially. I mean, that means everything. It don't mean nothing. It's the way you talk to people. It's the way you emotionally soothe the person, and you don't soothe nothing. You sit up and you play games and you do this, and you need to stop doing that BS. Ain't nobody got time for the bullshit that you be doing. You need to stop. Seriously, stop with the bullshit. Don't nobody got time for that. And for you to throw ice on JoJo like a bitch, child, a hot mess. You really sit up there and threw ice on this man like a complete bitch. Like you was already, like you had no intention on making things right with this boy. You wanted to argue, you wanted to have a problem, and that's just what it is. Like you wanted to have an issue. And it really sucks that Denise is sitting up in the middle of this shit, but she's sitting in the middle of it because you her fucking daddy. She want her husband and her father to get along, and that's something that you're not interested in doing. So I'm gonna need for you to just sit your ass the fuck down and just stay back. JoJo, I'm going to fault you too, because you should have left when he asked you to. Once he said, leave my session, you should have just got your ass up and left. But instead, you want to sit there and argue back and forth with him, and he threw a bucket of ice on your ass. Now, I feel like he shouldn't have thrown no ice on you. I don't think that's the right move to do, but you should have just got up and left. That's the only thing I'm going to give you, is the fact that you should have got your ass up and left when he told you to. That's all I'm going to say about that. But Buck is a bitch, and that's just what it is. Let Denise talk her own damn dad. At this point, it's at the point of no return. Fuck him. So with that being said, y'all, that's my growing up hip hop review. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my IG, and my TikTok will be down in the description box below, as well as the poll link to vote for me for the Boss Babe Awards, Boss Babe YouTuber of the Year, and Boss Babe Podcast of the Year. With that being said, your boy's up out of here. Until my next video, I will holler at you guys a little bit later. Rest in peace, Danita. We're out of here, y'all. Bye.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tremel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B, it's got a little bit of pop, it's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tremel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. I hope to hear from you.